Hey, Brendan here from Bluelight, and for those of you who haven't seen any of my videos before, over the past several years I've had the absolute privilege of being able to help and support people through the police recruitment process. Something that's been an absolute pleasure to do. A good sort of pushing 4,000 people have now been successful as a result of my support. So here we are in the Thessaloniki, Halkidiki area of Greece. The Bluelights and myself are taking a little break, and I thought, whilst it was a bit quiet in the afternoon, I could do a little video just to help some of my clients who have asked this question in the client-only Facebook group, by the way, if you'd like to find out more about that group, and the other groups that you can join to help you through the police recruitment process, as well as the support I provide. Check out the links below. Anyway, one of the questions that was posed in the client-only group recently was, why are people continually telling me that I shouldn't bother applying to be a constable because it's just not worth it? TJF, for those of you who've never heard that before, you might hear it once or twice whilst you're in the police service. It stands for the jobs F-U-C-K-E-D. Now, there's lots of people who say things like that, and the thread grew quite large actually, with people who are already in the service or thinking of applying to the police. When I say in service, they're PCSOs, specials, comms operators, detention officers, and they're all facing similar comments. You know, why would it be that police officers who are in the best job in the world, who are got that honour, their absolute privilege to serve, to not be employed to be a servant of the Crown? You swear your oath of allegiance to the Crown, you're not employed, you're a servant of the Crown, you own a very special position within society. Now, why would they say things like that? Well, if I hark back to when I joined the service in 1985, September 1985, I joined as a constable in the Cheshire Constabulary. I then followed that up after 4 years there with 3 years in the Bermuda Police, and then the rest of my career was spent in Greater Manchester Police, where I retired in the rank of inspector. I've served with as a staff officer to chief officers. I've been a custody officer, neighbourhood inspector, response inspector. I've worked in CID, I've worked in special branch, I've worked in training, I've done short attachments in various squads. I've done a variety of different jobs, and the one thing that has stayed consistent throughout the job is people who are just disappointed with it, a bit pissed off with it for whatever reason, and they tend to spread that bad feeling to others, or they try to do so. So I had the same comments when I joined in 1985, senior constables, or sometimes as young as 2 or 3 years service, saying, why are you bothering joining this job? It's not what it used to be. You know, what difference can you hope to make? You don't get any support from the bosses, blah, 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 blah. But the one thing I decided I'd do is I'd find out for myself. And I did. So after 28 years, I left the service. 1, because I could, 2, because I wanted to spend more time with my family, and 3, because after 28 years and seeing and doing things that would turn most people's stomachs, that left a lasting effect on me, I decided it was time to go before I fell out of love with the job. So after 28 years, I was just starting to get that feeling that it might not be for me anymore. But at no point at all did I spread that kind of dissent that I hear from others. It's the best job in the world. I sincerely loved it. So my advice to all of you who are hearing those sort of comments and hearing those sort of questions is, stick to your dream and find out for yourself, and make of the service, make of your fine career what you choose to make of it, not what others choose to make of it. It is the best job in the world. I had the absolute pride and privilege to serve for the British Police and for the Bermuda Police Service. It was just the finest thing I could ever have hoped to have done. And could I turn the clock back? Would I do anything differently? Absolutely not. I'd always join the police above anything else. Back then I wanted to join either the Royal Navy or the police service. I'm so pleased I joined the police service, because it opened up so many doors for me. It gave me so many opportunities to develop myself. It gave me so many opportunities to make a tangible difference to people's lives, and later on in my role as a neighbourhood inspector, to communities' lives. There are communities out there who, more than several years on, over a decade on, will still remember the work I did together with my fine colleagues and my partners in various organisations like the council and housing associations. So you decide, folks, and every time, at any point, if you, once you're in, you hear yourself about to say TJF or the job, then just have a little word with yourself and remember why you joined the finest role in the country. Just have a little think, have a chat with a colleague. Hey, reach out to me and have a chat with me, because it's not long before you'll be one of those officers who's trying to spread that dissent. Now, why they spread that dissent is another completely different subject. Doing a little bit of research at the moment on retention issues, and come this October I'm going to be working with some police forces around how to improve their retention. So that's a completely different book that I don't really want to open. You know, how do officers get to that point? But if you ever find yourself at that point, folks, go and find a quiet room, or after your shift, go and find a quiet room, talk it over with a loved one, have a little think about why you joined the job originally, and think about the sort of officer you want to be. Okay, hope that's helped, folks. A bit of a serious topic there, but you know, it's one that got a lot of coverage in the Facebook group. So hope that's helped, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.